Buster. Oh, no. Oh. Right on, left eye. You speaking to me. And welcome to the consciousness of the way. This is my co-host and divine, delectable, amazing, incredible Jade. And I'm your humble servant and Sifu, Taoist Master San Quinn. What's up?
She was super intuitive too. Like if you tap in, she's all
Well,
like
yeah.
she would watch our podcast in a
Right,
second.
right. Well,
All about consciousness.
bringing her energy, coming to me. I literally have had her in my ear for the last couple of days. I haven't been able to put down TLC. That music is rocking to me, and she is on top of it all in relation to just the feel good. But people, we need to understand the simplicity of channeling in of itself, and where you attune yourself and what you give yourself access to is limited by you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, pretty much. We have ancient practices, Taoist practices, that are really the building blocks of how you master all this stuff, because we've been in the energetics department for thousands and thousands and thousands of years, and there's no question there is a art form, a mastery that comes with it. But understand that you are working on this language every day. Every day you're working this language which is a thought, an emotion, and a feeling. And exciting today, because we're going to even deep dive even more into the understanding which is most popular. Quite frankly, we got a huge response from first person, third person, no person. And people, really that's what they're looking for, because that is the secret source in understanding how to truly access the Tao, access the field, access the quantum, your ability to manifest a change, to actually do it, have it tangible to you. There is an art form. There is a skill. That mastery, over my 30 years as a priest and Taoist master, there are incredible amount of layered skills that you acquire. That's why the access that we've given people through the 126 experience is instantaneous, for people to fast forward, take all that depth of ritual cultivation, ancient tools that are implemented into the Nigong Qigong experience, ancient Taoist tools, 11 herbs and spices of proprietary instruments that are necessary to access the deepest levels of understanding of your consciousness, which raises you to the highest level of transformation, manifestation, healing, magic. It's all happening. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's like when the internet first started and you'd have like dial up and it would be like dee, 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 and you'd watch it for like 5 minutes. Try to connect to the internet.
Yeah.
It's like that's how it used to be. And with the 126 app, it's like Wi-Fi on, switch,
right.
done.
Well, and the preface on those ancient tools being the same, they've been the same for thousands of years, handed down from generation to generation. Within Taoism, for 1,000, I'm not even putting a limit on it. I always roll back to 3,000, 5,000, 10,000, 20,000. Human beings have been walking or been on this earth for a long time, lot more than what we're recognizing within flawed hypotheses or, understanding of what truly is the evolution of man, or was there. What do you mean by that, Sifu? Well, it's questionable. With a lot of the stuff that's come out with far more open-minded understanding of the dynamics of what is the Tao, what is God, what is universe, what is the quantum. It's dynamic. It's pulsating. Everything is interconnected. That has been validated over and over again. The understanding of energy, frequency, vibration is at a whole nother level. And so then there brings questions on the DNA and the DNA understanding of what that really means. It does not represent or even come close to the same architecture as what has been claimed to be our primate evolution. This is the thing. And so understanding these ancient tools, and so first person, third person, no person, booyah. Let's get down to the brass tacks, right? So the inner understanding of this, and this seems to be something that's very popular with self-help, self-improvement, self-awareness, evolution, life coaches, offsprings of a lot of motivational speakers, people working in the field of neurology. They're dancing around the intricacies, everything from, really famous books that have been echoed over the last couple of last couple of decades, bestsellers that, have encapsulated this thing called manifestation. And people are still seeking it because there is an art to synchronizing. It's not just an art, it's a mastered skill that you acquire within the digital offering that is the Way 126 experience, because we integrated it all in there. We've been doing this a long time. So understanding how to get into that deeper, the inner deep frequency, vibration, and energy that levels you up to the highest access of consciousness. It goes beyond the beyond. And so always remember, when you are saying, I'm having an out-of-body experience, when you're working on astral plane travel, when you're working on remote viewing, when you're working on distance healing, there is a construct and a foundation that it starts with. Always. Your ability to manifest and transform and transmute and create within this present moment, which is the Tao, which is you, that's you versus them versus me versus you. It's all is one, one is all. It's all that is. That is the inner working. And so to access that, before, the last 100 years that everyone's had this evolution, before the internet, before, a stick and a stone and a boulder and a dinosaur and whatever it is, as ancient as you can go back, there has never been anything that has walked the earth or that we are aware of within this universe that has the incredible high-tech capabilities that human beings have. Nothing even comes close. Take, AI, forget about it. You ever seen that movie? King Kong ain't got nothing on me. I'm just going to be that guy. I am Denzel in Training Day, and AI ain't got nothing on me. Not even close. Never shine a light. And so, this identity shifting stuff that's very, very popular, leading towards manifestation, the idea of creating something, it all starts from here. It's translated and transmuted from here, and you are projecting things and taking in things all day, every day, understanding the system, we made it very easy. Understanding how to be absolved of your identity is the secret. Understanding that the absolute secret source of all things is this body, man. Understanding that that's the power that you are born with, and you have the ability, as long as you have neurology, as long as you have your senses, you are going to be superhuman in every sense of every shape, way, or form. You will be able to create. You have the imagination. That's it. Guess what? If you cannot create it, you can look at it. And remember, guys, the imagination works like this. Your brain doesn't know the difference between something that you have created in your mind or something you've actually experienced. Booyah, the same charge, the same signatures, the same frequency, the same imprinting. And this is how you access the power.
And what do you say to that person who's like, I know who I am. I'm a good person. I'm selfless. I help. I'm all these things.
Mm-hmm.
I got it. I got it.
Mm-hmm. I would say, because I'm a man of action, show me. I could show you. We'll sit down here, and I'll channel you up to a level you've never seen before. Come one, come all. You want to have an experience that out of body, that you realize the neurology and chemistry that you create is eternal, internal, and everything that is what you experience on the inside is on the outside. Booyah, come on, let's do it. I'll show you. Can you show me? And normally someone who is so confident in rambling that is right back to the understanding of the Jade Emperor, and he reiterates it over and over again. If you have to learn it, you do not know it. If you know it, you do not have to learn it. Oh, double negative. No. Sit with that, guys. Listen. Let it echo. If you have to learn it, you do not know it. If you know it, you do not have to learn it. Take a deep breath in. Oh, yeah. Sit with that. It echoes. So, in a nutshell, understand this. Your intuition is never wrong. Your intuition comes from the seed of your heart. It's whole. It's singular. It's oneness. It's everything. And when you tune that bad boy up, the gut feeling that you get is dead on accurate all day, every day. Booyah. And so we just have, as Taoists and other systems, other methodologies, have a similar access point to a higher level of consciousness. And write down, get down with it. The Taoists have it down. A lot of people gravitate to Taoism because of our fundamental, intricate inner workings of our magic, really. And that's just a more detailed structuring of the heat-seeking missile that is used all day, every day within the architecture of magic, the architecture of manifestation, the architecture of healing. And so once you access that consciousness, all bets are off. Gentlemen, ladies, gentlemen.
And what do you say to someone who's like, maybe he's getting these messages or getting that connection, but struggling with it because it might not be something they want to hear? You know, they might be torn between getting the message, but I also want to do this. Right.
So your reality is your manifestation. Your manifestation is created from your desire for whatever it is, however you want it, whenever you want it. It's yours for the taking. Take it. Understand how to access the mechanism. Do not be controlled. We always talk about your emotions don't control you, you control your emotions. That's the distraction from your reality. That's the misinformation, the mind step, I would like to call it, the sidestep. You're being confused by something that is not even in the narrative of where you are going, yet you are being controlled by it because you allow it to control you. You allow it. And this is where a lot of these people get it wrong. They get it twisted. They talk about a value system, and that value system is identifying with yourself. I'm sorry, but understanding you will always fall short of your desires, your dreams, your wants, because you're being misled by the architecture, the intricacies. It is an art form, ladies and gentlemen. And the ancients before us, they had it down. They had it down for thousands of years. Have you ever heard the expression, if it ain't broke, don't fix it? And so when you're having that conflict, it's because the emotion has a charge that is way equal to or above what you desire. It's not enough. That's why mortality, when Supreme Purity always references, remind the man mortality is real, because that is a fleeting moment. If you've ever been to a funeral, if you've ever been to what do you call it, a reunion, have you ever been to a wake? Everyone's all in the moment. They're 2 or 3 drinks in, they got liquid courage, they're feeling emotional. All these things are bubbling from within their communicator, their epicenter, right here, the middle dantian, the powerhouse that we call it within Taoism, that is the access to everything. Open up the 81 chambers and let reality flow free within this dimension. Oh yeah. Dominate and absolutely control your direction, your manifestation within this 3-dimensional reality. Booyah. It's yours for the taking, guys. It's like a slip-in. The misconception is that delusional part. So once again, from what Jade was talking about, is people get controlled by that emotion, and they just start replicating things, and the seed of distraction is instantly a thought, emotion, and a feeling that is not in line with something equal to or greater than what you want. And so you always fall short. The manifestation doesn't take place. Your fluidity, the flow, the synchronicity we talk about, never happens. And the validation. So we talk about identity shifting, shape shifting. Well, shape shifting's a whole nother bag, baby. We're going to get into that. We're going to go deep on all these Taoist tools, and we have a lot of them. Shape shifting's a whole nother game. But let's just talk about identity shifting, because we refer back to one first person, third person, no person. It's got so much traction. Everyone's energized by it because they're looking for that missing link. They've done the self-helpers. They've done the introspective analyzing. They've done the manifesting magic makers. They've gone over all these guys. There's dozens and dozens and dozens of these guys throughout the internet. Here's my story. This is how I did it. This is a problem when someone starts with that. I don't care your story. I don't care about your story. I don't care about what you've created. It's not enough. It doesn't replicate enough within the equal to or greater than system that everybody works in. It's my story. It's my realization. It's my manifestation. This is my life. And the only truth is your truth. That's the only truth you need to be concerned about. That is the truth that resonates within you. So hearing my story may create a motivation. And everyone goes, you want to hear someone else's story? It motivates you. If that's not inside you, it's not going to happen. People need to get real with it and understand the mechanics are ancient in their nature. They're integrated within your DNA, ladies and gentlemen. So when you got the secret sauce, the way Jade and I lay it out, the way 126 is the bomb. It's got it all. Because the audible visual experience creates the kinesthetic response. That's the secret sauce, the answer to everything. People are bypassing that. They are staying in the separator, compartmentalizing everything, and they're up here. And they're making it super layered and super difficult to decipher and understand because they are introspective, analytical, cynical in their nature. The glass is half empty. This is a human primal instinct of survival default. And so when someone sits there and goes, I got it, it's identity shifting. Let me show you. Here's the diagram. Let me draw it out. Here's this, and here's that, and here's this, and here's that. And then you just need to separate yourself. You need to find yourself in a good place. We're making it way too complex, guys. And that's why the secret sauce is the neurology. Am I letting it out? I am letting it out. But you know what? That's what it's for. The student is the teacher is the student. It's coming to you hard and fast at more than 88 miles an hour. That's right, Doc. That's right, Marty. We're hammering it home because you need to be able to get it. Now, the beautiful part is we talk about this stuff, and guess what? Taoist Master San Kuan has released and will release, by the time this is airing, most likely it's already available, the art of synchronizing. The ancient tools of Taoism are being revealed, the mechanisms of understanding the 1 through 9, bing, bang, boom, absolute guarantee to your manifestation, your healing, your magic. It's that simple. And it doesn't come from twisting your thoughts and something that's anchored with an emotion, a thought, and a feeling that is virtually impossible to strong arm depending upon where you're at on your value system. It's about misdirection. What? It's about misdirection. Because all it takes is this. You want to get into a trance. You want to get into the deepest state of relaxation, which is the inner workings of your consciousness. Accessing the unconscious and blammo. We're not working on, there's this mechanism, that mechanism. You got to do this. You got to blow 3 directions to the left, scratch your head, shake your foot, and then get into this state. No, it happens immediately.
And I think such good examples of that too are just like artists or musicians, even athletes. They're like, when you ask an artist, like, you don't sit there and go like, how did you paint that? What were you thinking? What? And it's like, they're like, I was just in the zone. I was in my space. I was, you know what I mean? They're not sitting there thinking, they're just feeling, they're doing, they're letting that creativity and that feeling take over. And it isn't an analytical, logical, rational process that they're going step 1, step 2, step 3. It's like, if you've ever, been creative in that type of aspect,
right? Well,
you just do it.
Right. It's instantaneous, and so that the synchronization is instantaneous, and we tap you on the shoulder. So instead of getting inside your head, instead of using the identity shifting model that makes you so twisted and torn inside and out that you're in your head for the rest of your natural born life, and your idea of manifesting, creating magic, or healing is nothing more than a concept, which I find this is going on and on and on and on and on. And man, energy's our bag, baby. Energy, frequency, vibration. It has been rippling through as the epicenter of Taoist ancient practices for thousands of years. We harness that energy and we direct it and we transmute it into and everything we want, making this, it's our, you understand? Because You have to be able to take attention, intention, manifestation. You use that to direct the energy, but there is a training system that gives you that. And everyone that starts with the basic 0 prerequisite, neurology, senses, human body, unless you're an alien, it ain't going to work for you. But you know what? I don't know.
Yeah.
It might work for you. We'll
We'll
roll
have to
something
test-
out.
we'll have to test
I'll
that
test it out
one.
on a couple of aliens. Hey, listen, we got some other frequencies of vibration, and we'll spatter it with the right type of energy, and booyah, we'll get you where you need to go, Mr. One-eyed, three-fingered, eight-legged alien, whatever you might be. I will help you out. I know, you've got to stop eating your babies. I get it. So the biggest thing is stop getting twisted and getting in the weeds. It's the feeling. And when people say, oh, I'm at a higher level of ascension, my consciousness is at the highest level, I am no one, no thing, no body, no place, person. You're in a simulator, bro. Brah. The simulator is the physical body. It is simulating. It's simulating the experience that you're nowhere. Your spirit is out of your body, yet you don't understand. This is still the simulator. If we go back to the holographic model, if we go back to the idea, this is the matrix, the veil, blah, blah, blah. This is the quantum. This is the Tao. This is the universe, God, Buddha, Allah, Jehovah. If I've left someone out, I'm really sorry. Let's get down to it. Jesus, whatever. You're accessing you right here. The misconception, the delusion is you're caught up and have been separated. Because mind-body is one thing. That's why they call it the mind-body experience. Because it is one. It is not separate. But you must believe it is because you are thinking it is from the brain. And the brain likes to compartmentalize things. I don't know where I got that from. I used to watch a show back in the 70s called Hogan's Heroes. And Schultz was like one of the German guards. And these American, they're like prisoners of war, really. They were in these concentration camps. It's pretty crazy. I don't know whether you call it a concentration camp, but it's a camp, like a prison. And they turned it into this whole comedy thing. But, probably completely cancelable for this day and age, that you can't even think about something in the past that would be representative of anything else, because then we need to cancel it. So, in essence, understanding all is one, one is all. And so, it's in the mind, it's out of the mind. The mind is the body is the mind. Everything is as one. So, the idea of not realizing that this is the bad boy, this is it, baby. That's all it takes to register that. So getting caught in your head, we make it real simple. The misdirection is we tap you on the shoulder and go, look over there. Oh, done. Because the second you feel it, it's your go time. Mm-hmm. All systems are go. You're nothing more, nothing less. And that's what the Way 126 does. It hooks into your neurology, giving you the kinesthetic response, the feeling, which is your indicator. That's it. So cast your magic, cast your healing, cast your manifestation, and it will be yours. Oh, yes, it will. Oh, yes. That's all it takes. And so the identity shifting and everything else, I appreciate a lot of these self-helpers, people that have spent 30 years reading, all these guys, these really profound visionaries. Woo. I could go on the list, but my all-time favorite, there's a couple of older guys that have just recently passed away. I appreciate them. I appreciate them. They've encapsulated an idea and an understanding about the universe and how to align themselves with the frequencies. And they've created their own reality from that. But in actuality, a lot of these shapeshifter, manifester, motivators, it's the same old, and they always come back to the same thing. They piggyback off a lot of stuff that comes from ancient roots, and they attempt to replicate it. Unfortunately, you're missing the energy, guys. Just feel it. Oh, yeah, it's going to feel good. Just do this. Take a breath. They really don't have the understanding of these ancient tools. And that's why they fall short. That's okay. That's why Sifu is here. That's why Jade is here. High Priestess Jade and Taoist Master San Quinn, we're here to save the day. Oh, yeah. And so realizing that it's go time, because it comes down to the neurology. You want to be absent of your identity. When I'll give you a classic example. You ever been scared before? Anybody? Mm-hmm. Anybody? Wow. When you're scared, I'll ask you, what did you regress? Take a second. Go back to the last time someone scared the living out of you. Were you thinking about who you were? Were you thinking about, my name is John Blow and I'm from 37 My Dreams Are Never Being Realized Street, and I live in the place of it's all a fantasy, it's not a reality, I read too many self-help books, and my zip code is blah, 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 and I'm not happy. That's right. Process that. You're in that present moment. You're not being concerned about your identity, ladies and gentlemen. There is no identity. And how was that evoked? Now, is it because someone put a hand on a table and someone hit it with a hammer? Probably not. Did you put your hand in a car door? Not. Were you walking down your hallway and one of your family members jumped down and went, boo? It's that moment, that secret sauce moment, guys. And that's where we got it down. So let's get over this identity, schmenity stuff and realize that everything comes from this. And it's the neurology, it's the simulator that you are given with. You are born into this reality, into this world with, using your senses to create it. So what would be more, just why don't we process? Let's get in our head. Why don't we process that? What would be more fitting than realizing, if everyone's always about, it's a feeling. I could give you 10 of the top motivational coaches, meditative coaches, transformational coaches, quantum physics, know-all, be-all people. And the one thing that they come back to, hands down, is the feeling. That's it.
It's always the feeling.
It's more than a feeling. Oh, I love that song, Boston, man. 80s, baby. Might have even been the 70s. I remember that song. You know what? I think it was the 70s. Because I had this obsession with Jodie Foster. And there was one of her movies from the 70s, probably 78, Scott Baio. Ever heard of that guy? Most people don't want to talk about Scott Baio in Hollywood anymore. Anyway, we won't get into that. But let's be honest. Scott Baio, Jodie Foster. It's gold. Absolute gold, guys. From another decade that I am obsessed with, which is the 70s. And so, more than a feeling, that was from the 70s. And that is your moment, where Indy grabs the golden skull from the Raiders of the Lost Ark, and he looks at it and he goes, oh, I got it. And then the rippling effects from that. He's not going, my name is Indiana Jones, and hang on a second, let me think about how much I am so much in gratitude for holding this gold skull in my hand, and I need to stop for a second and realize there's a boulder running at me at 400 miles an hour. No. Present moment, present. He's enveloped in the vibration, frequency, and energy of that gold skull. And he's in that moment, that present moment, which is the Tao, which is the quantum, which is the universe. And that's where you affect a change.
Booyah.
Booyah. And so, if you're sitting there processing, because I mean, we can beat the drum on this stuff all day, every day. And Jade and I just want to liberate people. And quite frankly, all my teachers do. That's why they put this together. That's why they put the app together, giving me the inner workings, the understanding of all this stuff, thousands of years of Taoist teachings encapsulated in a contemporary offering of an ancient practice, right here, right now, rocking your socks off, because that kinesthetic charge, that energetic charge, that feeling is the answer to everything. The neurology is the answer to everything. And so we've already gone over it.
Mm-hmm. I think most people do it anyways. It's like escapism in itself. It's like I go exercise because I don't want to think about my day. I go listen to music because I just want to shut off. I go watch a movie because I'm not sitting there thinking about it. I just want to, immerse myself in it.
Whoa, hold the phone. What did she just say? I'm not sitting here thinking about it. Because the power, where your thoughts go, the energy flows, ladies and gentlemen. I really interrupted you, excuse me.
No, but I do think it's a good point that it's like, again, most people are doing that. I want to go paint because I don't want to think, or I want to go surfing because I just want to feel connected. It's like the examples are endless that most people already are kind of tapping into those things. This is no different.
Oh, no. Nothing. So when you ramp up your juice, which is what we do, baby, Taoists are our masters, grandmasters, Jedi grandmasters, at ramping up the juice. That's what we've been sharpening our tools at for thousands of years. We know how to harness it. We know how to concentrate it. We know how to solidify it into our physical bodies at a cellular level, at a DNA level, and then we're dictating, we're determining where that goes with the attention, intention, manifestation, and that flow. And so, everyone rambles it off. Wherever the attention goes, the energy flows, blah, blah, blah. Very exciting. Show me. Show me. I want to see it. I want to see that. I want to know that. And that's what we have down. I mean, newsflash, anyone fans of martial arts? Not really, but anyone who is a fan, anyone's ever heard of this small guy that sort of came out of nowhere back in I think it was the 60s, maybe the 50s, 60s, kind of just rose up to stardom out of nowhere, turned into some type of icon, and then he's gone. I think his name was Bruce Lee? He had a Taoist master.
Yeah.
He had a Taoist master. He knew where the real source was coming from. I've worked with some incredible people over the decades that I've been doing this. And, I've come across some incredible transmuters, let's call it that. And so you just get to the next layer. With Qigong, because it's integrated into the Way 126, you don't realize it, but, you're learning these skills, and what it does is it creates this laser focus in your intention, that you are aware that wherever your eyes go, the energy flows. So understanding, because you're in the present moment of the Tao, of the quantum, wherever your energies goes is changing the wave to particle. This is all happening right now. The density of energy is present everywhere, and the more we bring a sensory perception to your electromagnetic field, you become even more sensitive and to it and understanding the intricacies of these things. So wherever you move your attention, intention, you shift the energy. And that has a rippling effect within the field, changing wave to particle to matter, altering your DNA, altering the DNA and energy and pattern and frequency, the transmission of everything around you instantly. Boom, boom. We ain't waiting for anything. It's not like a coconut and a string, a pigeon and a message. Shout out to my boy, Mike Tyson. I love pigeons, bro. And you, my friend, are one of my all-time favorite athletes. And right here, right now, I will manifest meeting you one day, my friend. And I would love to share a few moments to understand how you raise up your consciousness to achieve the goals that you've done in your life. It's pretty profound. I'm humbled and grateful just to be able to mention your name. Thank you for everything you do and have done and will do as an incredible individual and a part of the collective. And that level of consciousness, ladies and gentlemen, is at a whole, it is superhuman, but we can all access it. He's doing it naturally. And perhaps maybe he doesn't know he's doing it. I would like to ask him personally, because that's incredible, beyond incredible. It's amazing. So we stacked the layers down in understanding that and that realization. And, the identity shifting is the double negative. It's the head screw, in my opinion. Not my opinion, my knowing. Doing this for 30 years as a Taoist master, my understanding the inner workings of the energetics, the inner workings of the spirituality, the inner workings of the mental emotional state, the state period. That's my bag, baby. And so these are all the fundamental building blocks that are necessary to create what we do in our reality and all the things that we teach and how to cultivate that. It all starts from the seat of energy. Don't get twisted on that, ladies and gentlemen and ladies. It's everything. Anyone who wants to compartmentalize is lying to you. As Judge Judy would say, don't piss on my leg and tell me it's raining, sir.
We love Judge Judy.
We do. Oh my goodness, she is one badass mother. Unbelievable. But she has really got it down in her understanding how to operate in this world and how she is creating her reality. And I mean, if she's not a day over 80 something, she's not a day. And she has the sharpness, the absolute mental acuity that is like,
well, I mean, that's
of an 18-year-old, a 16-year-old.
a perfect example of the lack of identity, or not identifying with age, and saying, or that construct of, I'm old, I have to be frail, or I can't be, have my wits about me type of thing. It's like, you don't associate with that. That doesn't find you at all.
Well, you see, and that's it, right? Okay, so let's talk about the magic. Let's talk about the incantations. Let's talk about the linguistics. It's integrated in your DNA. So it's like a heat-seeking missile. Self-fulfilling prophecy is what you create when you identify with your words. That's the power of words. We have an old expression within Taoism: if it's not truthful, kind, or necessary, do not say it. Do not let it come out of your mouth, because you're setting in motion a rippling effect that happens instantaneously. And then, of course, moreover, the more you are constructed with a value system that is reflectant of a duality, bad things are coming for you, my friend. And what does that mean, Sifa? What are you talking about? I am talking about everything is a construct of your reality. Your truth is the only truth you need to be concerned about. That is the truth. And so if you come from a place of duality with the idea that there's good and bad, then bad things will find you if you live in that mindset. So the mindset is structured on your belief system. Your reality is structured on your belief system. Everything that rolls out, constructed within your reality, comes from your mind. You're having a bad day, you created it. You're having a good day, you created it. Instantly. No one else. You did. And we're going to go deep into the Taoist magic rituals. I mean, man, we got years and years of stuff. But let's just say this, that you need to understand how sacred words are, how sacred numbers are, how sacred symbols are. And then, people get into the inner workings and understanding that I've accessed my pineal gland, my transmitter, and within these images that are being transmitted to my third eye, and I'm visualizing, it looks to be like some type of like sacred geometry. Awesome. Awesome. That's for you, my friend. That's your transmission, your translation. It's even up for dispute. I'm sorry, I'm going to say dispute because physicists are rambling about my hypothesis or my idea of what is supposed to be the construct of our reality is measured on numbers, and we've got this from this, and this, and this, and we're still not sure because we haven't had we don't need to validate it. I've been doing it for thousands of years. I don't need someone in a white lab coat telling me that I've got 3 PhDs in being able to scratch my head 4 times and look into the sun and validate that it is true, that it is real, that it is the sun. So now I feel whole. Always remember, your truth is the only truth. That's the only thing you need to be concerned about. What you believe is it. And that's why when people come up with these understandings and measurements of certain things, it's your truth and your truth only, and it's what you believe for now. When you access that deeper inner workings of your consciousness, which levels you up to being able to do anything and everything you want in this 3-dimensional reality from here, all bets are off. So don't be limited by someone else's perception of their reality and giving you the framework by telling you that it's in the geometry. No, that's in your imagination. And I'm excited you have one, I have one too, and I can create anything I want. And the messages are very clear. What you need to do is make sure you get your own source of information, and it's directly for you and for you only. Good baseline, best friend.
Yeah, it's like going to the gym and asking the guy next to you, "Hey, can you lift those weights for me?" And but I want to get the benefits, or I want to get the gains from it.
Right.
Or hey, can you eat that really healthy food, and I can eat the junk food, and I want to get the gains for it.
Right.
It's like, no, it all comes from you. You have to do it. You have to get the source.
Right.
You have to create it.
Right.
This is you.
Right.
This is your life, your reality, your power, your strength, your knowing.
Right. And that knowing, every one of us has. Anytime you want to be an observer in it, is where you lose sight. The present moment is how you access it. And then you can resume your personality at any point. It's a skill, guys. This is why we master the methodology, the system that we give you to access the skill, and it gets stronger and stronger every day you do it. It's part of how humans absorb information and entrain themselves to be the master keeper creator of their reality. And so this whole, it's the sacred geometry, the physicists have told us this, it's this way, that way, this way, it's all laid out in the numbers, it's another language, we're not trying to force our perception down your throat. I will validate anything that I know is true from my own experience, from my own practice, from my own skill set, from ancient texts and rituals that have been handed down to me, as one generation holder, 166 generation holder in one lineage of Taoism, 126 generation holder in another lineage of Taoism, and I validate that to be my truth. If you're listening to us right now, you're listening to us because it has resonated with you. Your intuition has brought you to this point to listen to this information. What we're saying is resonating with you. It has a feeling, and that's the only thing you need to be concerned about. If it doesn't, you wouldn't be here. If it doesn't, you're not going to listen to it. Remember, there are no coincidences. The first time I laid my eyes on the Tao teaching, I thought someone had dropped 5 taps of acid into my water. Because all it was deep within my neurology. It's in my neurology. So the second I looked at it, spoke it either audibly or inaudibly, just like now, the energy is flowing. More, even more, even more, even more, encapsulating, developing, saturating at a subatomic level. Booyah. Damn, I am as high as a kite and as glowing as a Christmas tree right now. Right now. That's all it takes. Mm-hmm. So, of course, you're here, you're listening because the information is resonating you on a cellular DNA level. That's the only reason you're here. I want you to find the answers. We're going to give them to you. We're going to give you the access. I want you to be the finely tuned access point to your truth, your information, your reality, your manifestation right here, right now for you. Not for me, not for her, not for someone else. Not someone else's idea or construct of what they're telling you the reality is. It must resonate with you. You must have an understanding of it that it is at a DNA level that is yours. Or moving right along. And this is where I come to these people that are information gatherers. And they're lost in their mission to find themselves, which is why identity shifting and all this self-help stuff becomes even more complex and screws with their mind. They haven't found what they know. I know. I have known from the beginning of this life, and from as far back as I can go, and as it stands, I've sat back and I've gone through the last 36 lives that I've had in this present moment and the future. It's accessing, man, the information for yourself, and it resonates with you on a cellular level, which makes it true. And that's the only thing. That's why the feeling trumps everything. Mm-hmm. All of it. Doesn't mean anything else. Take this. You want to say something?
Oh yeah, I think where a lot of people struggle with this and have a bit of an issue is they feel like to be no person, they have to, strip away everything, strip away their materials, their clothes, be celibate, live in a mountain, not talk, not breathe, not eat.
Misunderstanding.
All of these things, when it's like, it's just a state. So like when you watch a pro surfer and they go out and they catch a wave and they've got it, and this feeling, you're like, wow, that was amazing. How'd you do that? You know what I mean? Then they go home and they play with their kids and they eat dinner. And it's like, they're not surfing all the time, 24/7. They never leave the ocean. They never, have another life or do anything or have a relationship. That's just that component that they've found and mastered. And this is the same type of thing.
Right.
Where you can be in that state of manifestation, that state of no person, and still have your life, your kids, your career, your hobbies, your things that excite you. It's mastering to get to that state like an on-off switch. Right. Where it's like
what you need. It's like
exactly.
What you need, when you need, how you need.
Exactly. Just like the surfer would go, hey, I'm going to go out today. I'm going to hit the biggest wave possible. Hits it, wins the medal, whatever, trophy.
Right.
and does it.
And that's that access point, because
Yeah.
it's not, he's not thinking about, my name is Mary Brown, that I've got this incredible skill to do this. No, he's in the state.
Exactly.
Right.
And that doesn't mean dissolving every single part of yourself
Yeah,
or
but
your life, or that, again, in your head, in your head,
right,
in your
right,
head.
right. Amen to that, sister. And that realization, it's like, you know, we talked about the scare jump, whatever. You know, you're in that moment. You are encapsulating a thought, emotion, and a feeling right there, and it's enveloped. You weren't thinking about, oh, I'm getting scared by someone as they're coming around the corner of this room, and my goodness, I just myself, because I'm so petrified, and all these other chemistry and alchemy that's going on, and it's a rippling effect, as everything does, because everything is instantaneous. It just happened. Just like Jade said with the surfer, it just happened. Just like when you go, I'm going to get on the dance floor and cut a rug. I'm going to get out there, and you weren't thinking about, in most cases, people are, though. Have you ever been to like a club, a prom night, a dance party, whatever, and you'll get like maybe half the room that's just like getting it on, whatever that is. Remember, was that Marvin Brown or something? Anyway,
Marvin Gaye.
there you go. Was that Barry White? I'm not sure. Anyway, they're cutting a rug, they're dancing, they're getting into it. The other half of the room, you feel, you can see everyone's in their head. Their head. Oh, if I get up there, I'm looking a little fat. I don't know. I've got 2 left feet. I'm going to dance like a 3-eyed troll. I don't think I want to do it. Everyone's going to be looking at me. No one cares.
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand what it's like? Has anyone ever had a drink of alcohol? I would say probably most people have, and there are very few that haven't. And let's just say you haven't. But let's just say you have. So for all those people out there that have ever had a drink of alcohol before, that is a state, right? And so what happens is, everyone's experienced this. You have a couple of drinks, and then next minute you're like, oh, and your partner's looking at you like, have you had too much to drink? Oh, I'm fine. I'm good. And then you're kind of thinking, everyone's looking at me. I got my buzz on, and now I need to focus. 1 foot in front of the other. 1 foot in front of the other. 1 foot in front of the other. I'm going to make it. I'm going to get there. Everyone's watching my every move. No one cares. No one. No one is even aware that you are operating in that state but you. Ooh. Gets to a more interesting thing that we're about to leverage right now. That inner dimensional shift that we speak on, the 4th or 5th dimension. Let's talk about how you get there. Let's realize that we are already there, right? And so what's the validator to make this real, to validate? Because all these people also, I'm an identity shifter expert, I'm this self-improvement guy, blah, blah, blah. And you have to have I think what they call it is the confirmation, because they want to reinvent things. Let's not reinvent I want to reinvent the wheel because I have to make it my own. Great for you guys. I'm excited that you take material and it's all been done before, and then you shift it and make it yours. And then you find a bunch of people that gravitate to your messaging and want to listen to you. I think that's magnificent. That's profound. More shift to change for anyone. Taoists done it down, handed down, hands down, are the baddest badasses in energy, frequency, vibration that I know of on the face of this natural born reality that is on the planet Earth that I know of for thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of years. So let me tell you, let's cut the brass tacks. So, everyone can see this. Right. What does it say? The Way 126. Now, I want you to close your mouth and I want you to think about it. and I want you to say it in your head right now. Okay, so let's get this right. This is a way 126. You can hear my voice now. I'm saying the way 126. You just said it in your head with your own voice, without moving your mouth, without a single sound coming out of your body. Does anyone understand what's going on here? Let's take an even closer look. You can speak without speaking. What are the chances of that? That's almost in the realm of superhuman. You just said this, way 126, in your head. But you, to yourself, said way 126. Didn't open your mouth. So let's validate that for one. You just spoke without speaking. Last time I checked, that's on the list of superhuman abilities on the Marvel hiring list when it comes down to superheroes. One of them is this innate ability to speak without speaking and have it echo, because if it's audible or inaudible, it is just as effective on your neurology. It is affecting this Tao, this frequency, the quantum right here, right now, rippling into your DNA. I don't know. I'm kind of blown away. I don't know about you guys. Way 126. Now, close your eyes and you can see it. Hello. Now the superhuman ability, we better start writing this down. So you can speak without speaking. You can see without seeing. You can see without these eyes. How is it that you can close your eyes and still see this? Booyah. Superhuman trait number 2. So now we're in a perplexing place of realizing that you can speak without speaking. You can see without seeing. Without these 5 senses. What in Tao's name is going on here? Have we got a clairvoyant, psychic, profound superpower that you were not aware of? You're in the 5th dimension, guys. You're there. This is the inner workings and understanding how in tune you are with a whole nother level of consciousness that didn't exist to your natural born abilities that you were not aware of, even though you use it every day. What are you thinking, Jade?
It's profound.
Well, it is profound because people take it for granted, but they're separated. They're separating these skills. You can see without seeing. You can hear without hearing. You can hear yourself saying the way 126 right now, and your mouth is closed, your eyes are closed, but you can hear it, you can see it, you can say it. This is a shift of consciousness. Mm-hmm. This is your inner access to the 5th dimension. This is it, guys. Right there, right now. And if you notice part of this ancient awareness that we're speaking on right now, you are no one, no place, no thing. Booyah. Take a second, digest that, and mic drop. No one, no place, no thing. First person, third person, no person. Right there, instantly. Now, you take that superpower and you have now added officially 3 more senses that are not on the standard ones that were given to you when you came out of the conveyor belt that was your mother giving birth to you into this reality. It didn't exist. You have 5 senses. I'm human. Welcome to the world. You just clocked up 3 more. Hello. Where does that put you? I got the 6th sense. I hear voices. Yeah, I do. I hear them loud and clear. Whenever I'm dealing with any energy that comes in that wants to communicate through me, in me, out of me, around me, there are different levels and degrees of this concentration of information. We all have that ability. What I find most people over the last 30 years is they scare the life out of themselves. And so then, words in motion, be careful what you think, what you say, what you do, only with the construct of you leading with the seed of fear. Because that's all based in your duality, your manifestation, your reality, your perception, your construct. That's it, where it starts, where it ends. So people get afraid because they've accessed this inner self, this intuition, this connection, this instant connection to the field of possibilities, the field of abundance, timeless, endless, limitless, infinite truth to everything, instantly accessing it. And so they freak out. I bring their attention to it like most people are having right now. Booyah, what the hell is going on? He's right. I'm crazy. I need a psych evaluation. What's going on? Help me. Mary, John, Smith. I need to commit myself to... No, not at all. You've been using this sense your whole life. Only you've taken it for granted and you've compartmentalized it. You are not even aware of these extra senses that you have. You are just leveling up right now. Level, 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 level. Woo. What does that mean? That means that you were at 5, now you're at 8. I mean, we can keep going, but let's just leave it at 8 right now. Hang on a second. That doesn't work with the science books that tell me that I only have 5 senses. What are you thinking, Jade?
No, I mean, there are so many things that people don't even realize yet, that it's like how powerful you really are. This is like the tippity tip
Right.
of the iceberg.
Right. Which puts you in this identity shift. Now, what makes this even more profound when we give you the tools of your own awakening, your own awareness, your own sensory perception awareness, is that we supercharge that so that when you need, as all these other identity shifter guys, self-improvement, self-awareness guys, blah, 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 they go back to this thing, confirmation. It's really interesting. I observe it and I'm like, is this called plagiarism? I'm not sure. I kind of, my personality gets a little conflicted. That means in separation, if you want to understand, I am a Taoist priest first and foremost. My focus is on the selfless act of sharing, helping, healing people all day, every day. When I entertain my personality self, which you can hear, but you have to be able to dissolve one or the other at will. This is just my training. I'm able to do that. But I must say that people tend to get into this, reinventing of the wheel, which I spoke of earlier, and, confirmation, which is validation, which is realization, which comes down to the feeling. That's all you need, guys. That feeling. You get that feeling, and you're off to the races. No place, no body, no thing. First person, third person, no person. Bang, bing, bang, boom. And we just refine your skills to get stronger and stronger and stronger every second of every minute of every day. You become the almighty, powerful, individual collective that you are. And so that little basic little experiment that we took place right now was just basically Jade and I awakening 3 more senses you didn't even realize you had. Boom. Man, I didn't have to watch the movie Sixth Sense, but I was hanging out with Jade and Seafood today, and I just awoke, and 3 more senses I was using but I wasn't aware of, and you're only aware of what you're aware of. You're unaware of what you're unaware of. Drop the mic. And then it becomes reality, because that's all it takes. And so now you level up, you refine your skills, you sharpen your knives. You get to that point where you're sharpening those tools so that you can now use attention, intention, manifestation at will, healing, manifesting, magic. It doesn't matter. But it starts with a feeling.
Everything is a feeling.
Right. And so, our art of synchronizing will be out later today. And we're just going to give you all the tools you need. And then just level up, guys. Go, subscribe, hit play. Get into the game of your life. Get into the magic of your life. Get into the realization of how powerful you are right here, right now. And that's what we were there to do. And that's exactly what it does. It gives you that instantly. By the way, the second you hit play, you're there. It's just another, hello, you're right there, hello. That kinesthetic response that you get from it is an instant indicator or reminder. That's what it does. So you can have your sweet little list, your manifestation list, your magic list, your healing list, and it's on like Donkey Kong. And the validation, the confirmation is the feeling, and that comes from a skill set that you are trained in. We train you in that to awaken this in an electromagnetic field, your sensory perception, so you are ultra sensitive. So when your attention, intention goes wherever it wants to go, the energy goes where the feelings and thoughts flow. That's what happens. But that comes from leveling up this electromagnetic field, leveling up your sensitivity to it, building and cultivating and mastering that chi. And we all have it. And the Taoists are the biggest, baddest mofos when it comes to that. And we have been for thousands of years. That's what people come to us. Bruce Lee did not gravitate to a Taoist master because he was bored. This is our bag. This is what we do. Effortless action. The Wu Ji. The stillness. You just leveled up on 3 senses. You're welcome.
Yeah, amazing.
So we're really ironing out the identity shifting, need for first person, third person, no person, no place, no body, no thing, blah, 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 blah. Let's get down to the brass tacks. It's the energy. That's where you got to feel it. That's what makes the shift and change in your reality. And that's all you need. That's what you get leveled up in and trained in the Wave 126 experience, is you are instantly accessing that kinesthetic response from the audible and visual experience.
Thought, the emotion, the feeling.
Right. The thought, the emotion, the feeling. And it's instantaneous. So, with that said, did you have any more oversight you wanted to share?
No, I think it's just not getting so caught up in that, you know, identity and realizing that you've probably done it before without even thinking about it, which is the whole point about it. Not thinking about it, just doing it, just feeling it, and not getting so confused with, you know, someone's interpretation about, you know, this way, that way, everything else. This is all easy. This is all effortless. This is all fun.
Yeah, you know? It's whatever you want it to be.
It's whatever you want it to be.
This is your movie, your reality, your creation. We're just giving you the tools to awaken what you already have inside you. Let's get it going. The magic, my friends. So, I think we've we've hit a lot of things today, and especially reiterating on that. So when the Art of Synchronicity comes out, we're going to launch it on our all social, and it'll be available on Amazon and other places, and it's really going to rock your socks because it has a very detailed understanding of the mechanisms of it. And in a nutshell, all you need to do is download, subscribe, and hit play the 126, and you will be the master keeper creator of your reality instantly using these tools, because it's all got to do with the feeling. Yeah. That's how it happens, guys. All of it. Everything comes back to that. All of it. And anyone that twists you with some other perception of that is misleading you in another direction. Just saying. So, I want to thank you guys for sharing your time with us today. I want to thank my incredible co-host, High Priestess Jade.
Thank you.
This has been really, really cool. This is necessary. This is important. We do this all day, every day for people, and we need you to understand the inner workings, the mechanisms of this. And we're just here to empower you, hand out more tools, more understanding, more material. You level up in your reality at will. So the more people that are aware of this access to higher levels of consciousness, but are more profound, the planet that we live on, it will grow, it will gravitate and expand to a level of consciousness that we've never seen before in our lifetime. Oh yeah. I'm your humble servant and seafood Taoist master, San Quinn. And we'll see you on the next one, guys.